queen, skinny legend, Versace boots the house down. Slay queen, hunting mama, and oop daddy work. Charlie XCX, snatch my weight.
I am so excited because the day has finally come and Darcy is here. So let's just get right into it. I am only going to focus on Darcy, Stacy, and Florian this episode. The episode starts with Stacy and Florian. They are just getting out of the shower and talking about how crazy the camping trip was with the other couples. Stacy says, "What were you and Natalie talking about? You look like you were walking into the sunset together."
Walking off in the sunset looking like little lovebirds.
Nah, what the you talking?
I mean, I know.
And she says, "Oh, I just love how much you care about other people. But please just remember what we're here for."
We're here for us, and we're here to work on our relationship and our marriage.
I know. I think you need to chill out a little bit.
I think she's preparing Florian to remember to be on her side and not Darcy's side. She's also feeling very tense right now. And you could just tell her and Darcy bring out negative feelings in each other because Stacy's energy for the most part on this season has been very light, only really getting angry with Florian. But right now, her vibes are very different and you can just feel it. And I feel for her because just like Stacy says, Hurricane Darcy, she takes over. She's the main character. And I feel for Stacy because it's very clear and she knows it and everyone knows it too.
I'm so glad that my favorite girls are here.
So the couples meet for dinner and Stacy is really quiet and to herself, and Julia actually notices and asks Stacy how she's doing. She looks like she's on edge right now. It's just so sad because you can just tell she's having so much fun without Darcy there, and she knows Darcy's gonna take over everything and be the star. So I'm sure Stacy's really in her head right now, and she probably has this whole scenario about how it's gonna go with Darcy. Stacy starts to tell the couples that Darcy texts Florian in the middle of the night saying, "Georgie's boring, Stacy's boring, come hang out with me."
At 3 in the morning, we called Florian, texted Florian.
Stacy's boring, George is boring. Come here, have fun with me.
She is just so on edge right now, and I know she just wants to share with everyone what she can't stand about Darcy because she knows that once Darcy comes in, everybody is going to love her. And they're both lovable. They're both lovable personalities, and I wish Stacy would just love herself a little bit more. I mean, Darcy too. They're both lovable. They're both different. They're both unique in their own way, and they're both fun.
Constant competition. She's like, I'm 7 minutes older than you. I know more than you.
I am only a minute older than my twin. I kind of always acted like the much older twin. I always felt that was my role, even though we're just a minute apart. And I've been recapping the seasons from a few years ago that they were on, and I'm listening to Stacy doing the same thing, mothering or seeming like she knows more. So it's just funny that Stacy doesn't see that she does the same.
Yeah,
Our team
I think
is competitive.
Yeah, imagine having 2 Jasmines.
Oh my God.
So Jasmine asked if it's common for twins to be competitive, and that it is, because I know that me and my sister spent a lot of time either competing or just trying to catch up to the other. If I get this, she wants it too, or if she gets it, I want it too. And there is a lot of competition and we don't even realize it's happening, you know? Florian's finally opening up more and we finally get to hear more about his personal life.
I have 4 sisters, 2 passed away. For me, it's changed since my sister passed away, for me, it changed my life.
And he says that 2 of his sisters passed away, and that's why he sees Darcy as a sibling to him. You are Stacy's husband. You should be there for Stacy. But I think Florian has more fun with Darcy because Darcy doesn't give Florian the responsibility that Stacy does, you know, the responsibility of a partner and of a husband. Darcy is just fun, and Darcy's not going to bring up the past. He hasn't hurt her the way he's hurt Stacy, so she's the more fun person in his life compared to Stacy. He is glowing right now. I never seen him smile for this long and this intense.
That's right. That's right. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on, bring it. Come on. Give me a hug.
How you doing? Yeah, well, we're here to work on our issue.
So the hug between Darcy and Stacy is so awkward. It looks like they're happy to see each other, but it feels like they've been arguing this whole time because there's just always been such a tension between them. It's really sad to see where they are now. And like Darcy says, they trigger each other and it's very clear.
Oh, thank you, Florian. My bestie.
Darcy's a little questionable this episode. It really feels like for the first time I'm seeing Stacy's true personality away from Darcy. And it's been nice to see it because Stacy wasn't so memorable for me when I watched the old seasons. I am enjoying watching Stacy's personality this season. And she is very different when Darcy's not there. She's been so tense and on edge this whole episode. And it really does show that Darcy and Stacy bring out the worst in each other. They bring out an angry, on edge personality in each other. They couldn't even give each other a proper hug. The couple start asking Darcy about her relationship status and if she's married. And she says she is married. She's married to Georgie.
Part of Darcy wants me and Florian to not be happy in our marriage because she's not happy in her own marriage.
And Stacy started explaining that Darcy likes to infiltrate her and Florian's relationship because she enjoys when they're not doing well.
He slid in my DMs too. Tell the truth. He liked your picture. He liked the picture.
I really don't get why Darcy said that Florian slid into her DMs. She's really going in there, kind of starting with Stacy. She's just being too touchy with Florian, too intimate with him. If you know this bothers Stacy, are you doing it on purpose? And Jasmine called Darcy the life of the party, and I think it's just going downhill from here because I think Stacy did not want to hear that from Jasmine. That's her crew. The girls in the resort, that's Stacy's crew. Darcy's just coming in and becoming the life of the party. So Julia starts explaining to Darcy that she asked Florian whose side he should be on, and she's wondering what Darcy thought his answer was.
He should obviously choose his wife.
Julia and a few of the others start explaining that Florian said he can't actually pick a side.
He couldn't pick up one.
Hang out with me. Stacy's a little bit Debbie Downer sometimes.
Of course, Stacy doesn't like that. Stacy's just feeling like an outcast. She's drinking more, so she's starting to open up even more about what's bothering her. And she looks like the angry one, and Darcy looks like the fun one because she's not as angry as Stacy right now. So Stacy starts to tell Darcy that Florian told her something that really upset her, but she never finishes her sentence.
But he told me something here that I was very shocked, Darcy. Am I supposed to guess or something? You know, I'm gonna home. No.
And she gets up and she starts explaining how she's not ready to talk about it yet. And I think that was really interesting of Stacy. She kind of wanted to drop a bomb really quick before she leaves, just to make Darcy look bad because, you know, everybody right away is loving Darcy. I'm sure by Stacy saying something like that about Darcy to everyone, she believed that everybody's mind was going to change about Darcy. So Stacy leaves the table and she wants to be left alone, but Darcy goes after her and everybody else tells Florian to go after her when I think Florian should have been the one to go after Stacy, and that's it, not Darcy. First of all, Darcy and Florian are holding each other. I don't know what's up with Florian. He likes to hold other women and be nicer to them and kinder and more gentle with other women and more patient with them than with Stacy. Him and Darcy do look too close. They do look too intimate. I could see why it would be rubbing Stacy the wrong way. I would never do the stuff Darcy's doing to my sister.
I told to Stacy, you told me one night, like, Stacy not treating you good, you should be more single, you know, whatever.
Maybe we were beefing all together at that moment.
And Stacy says, why would you say that to my husband? Do you want to F him?
Because you want to my man or something? Are you crazy?
But I don't blame Stacy for feeling suspicious of them. Darcy should not be calling him at 3 a.m, period. I would never do something like that. But I'm sure she's just trying to party with him and they enjoy going out. They live in Miami. And I'm sure that's just really what it is. But Stacy is insecure and I could see why, because Florian doesn't make her feel secure. Florian looks at other women, Stacy said, and he doesn't make her feel safe in their relationship. relationship, so I can really see why Stacy feels insecure. Sarah says that Florian should not have even told Stacy something like that.
If Florian brought that out, then he should have followed it up with, I'm going to distance myself from Darcy, but he didn't.
Why didn't Florian just keep it to himself or just tell Darcy, don't speak about my relationship this way? He should have just shut it down right then and there. But instead, he probably laughed it off when Darcy said that and didn't tell Darcy anything, but decided to create an issue between Stacy and Darcy because that's what he enjoys. He enjoys being in the middle of them and getting attention or feeling like they're fighting over him.
Don't blame me for your marital problems, Stacey, okay? I'm not married to you guys.
Darcy ends up saying that she's not the problem between Florian and Stacy, that she's not married to them and they have their own issues, which they do. They've been having issues before he even came to America with him cheating on Stacy. So she's right. Darcy is not the problem between Florian and Stacy. And I'm hoping in therapy, Stacy will see that too. So Stacy says to Darcy that she believes that Darcy doesn't even want her to be happy. And Darcy says to her that she doesn't look happy. And Stacy ends up saying that she's happier when Darcy is not around.
Either I am happy when you're not around. Then I'm out. Good. Bye. Deal with it. Bye. Mark those words.
And I know she's gonna regret saying that because it looks like it hurt both of them in that moment. Darcy leaves the room. Darcy and Stacy really need a therapist. I've had to do years of therapy because of everything that went on with my sister and other things, but I needed the therapy to learn the best way to communicate with my sister. I also needed space. Darcy and Stacy don't seem like they give each other enough space apart. They probably live in the same building at this point. They're always together, and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to go through, but the space was everything we needed at that time. We're not perfect right now. Our relationship is much better than Darcy and Stacy's though. So Stacy ends up asking Florian if he would be happier single and that she thinks she would be happier single.
Do you ever think about like you're better off single?
No, Stace, what the is this
Really?
question?
Why? Because sometimes I do.
I was actually really proud of her for saying this, for asking him this question.
Say, shut your mouth, serious, like, enough.
No, don't tell me to shut my
Stace,
both of
Stace,
you
enough, enough!
on the bed.
Florian doesn't even want to hear it. He doesn't even want to listen to her. He's not even asking, why are you saying this? What can I do to make you not feel this way? Nothing. Just yells at her enough, tells her enough, and shuts down the whole conversation instead of trying to understand where she's coming from. Florian is not helping Stacy. He's a horrible husband to Stacy. No one's gonna make me change my mind because I'm watching and recapping the old seasons, and Florian has been a horrible husband since day one. He talks down to Stacy. He belittles her. Why does Florian think he's so much smarter than Stacy? He doesn't even try to understand her, and it's really upsetting. So that's the end of this episode. Tell me what you thought of this episode. Tell me what you thought of everything that happened between Darcy, Stacy, and Florian. Do you agree with me that Florian should have not told Stacy what Darcy told him and that he should have shut it down in that moment instead? What do you think is going to happen between Florian and Stacy? Do you think they're gonna stay together? I hope they're not. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.